opportunities, you need. Well, in this situation, it is not that case. You just need the good people, and you also need a good market center. Okay, so when you are bringing people to KW, it's very important that the market center that you bring somebody to is profitable. And there are some options in this Bergen County, Passaic County, Essex County area, aren't there? Sure. So when an agent would choose which office that they would like to be part of, it would be very lucrative for you to put them into your downline, into one of the more profitable market centers.
So bring one here.
I'm gonna put mute because I can hear it from him.
Yeah, you can hear.
Yes.
Yeah, like let's say, like I brought the agent.
Yep.
So how that's without
Yep. We're gonna get to that also. I'm gonna get to the actual breakdown so you understand. But just remember that it does matter the profitability of the market center.
Because from here to the FI office or the other.
Yep. Yep, it's gonna matter. If, let's just say somebody's in the decision-making process between here and let's say a market center that is not part of our group, that is close to us, that is not very profitable, you would have to say, this person, if that person goes there and there's no money to be shared, well, there's not gonna be any profit share to me. So let me show you how that works for you. So welcome in the KW story. So the KW story on profit share is, the KW story on profit share, yes.
Oh, no, I was leaving it wrong.
Oh, you're waving it around, okay. The KW story on profit share is just this. When the company was started and Gary Keller lost a bunch of his agents and he said, thanks for staying. I just want, they said, Gary, what makes you think we're staying? We're just trying to figure out which other office to go to. He looked at that group and said, help me design a company worth staying. And I've said this a couple of times since I've been here. That is what that initial group said. That initial group is the initial ALC, Agent Leadership Council. So they sat there and they said, Gary, you want to share in the profits? So Gary said, great, you could share in the profits. You could have half the profits if you figure out how to help me build this. So that is where the model of profit sharing came from, where those initial people saying, we want to share in the profits. If we build it for you, we want a cap, we want a high commission, and we want to have a piece of the profit. So that is initially where profit share came from back in 1986 when we franchised. Then, since then, we've seen profit share go through the roof. I mean, the amount of money that has been shared on an annual level, and then nationally, we've hit over $1 billion. But they say it took us like 30 years to get to $1 billion shared, and yet it's not going to take us another 30 to share the next billion. It might take us 5 to 7 years to share the next billion. So now people go, oh, the company's built already, right? Like I lost my opportunity. No, the next best opportunity is in this room right here. Okay. So what happens is, how do we create profit share? This is a basic example. One, an associate joins the market center. So when you have to join the market center, that's just a given. And they have to name you as the sponsor. So each and every one of you, think right now, who did you name as your sponsor? Okay. Other people will come to the company, this office, other offices, maybe to David's point, worldwide, and they will name you as their sponsor. Where do they do that? On the binding sponsorship agreement. I'm very, very particular about making sure that those agreements are signed properly. They are explained properly, because here's what I don't want happening. Well, I know Kevin from the gym. So, I'm going to put Kevin down. Great. They come to the office. Farhan is signing them on. And Farhan doesn't know that they have a relationship with Kevin. And meanwhile, they're all with Farhan as one of our staff members. And they think it's now Farhan. Nope, it's Kevin. Kevin is the reason why we're sitting here. Kevin is the reason why you even thought KW was an opportunity for you. Farhan is part of our leadership team, and you should be thinking he's a pretty amazing guy and helping you on board. You should think Kat is pretty amazing. You should think Alicia and Patrick and Marybeth have done their job right and helped you get here. But the reason you're sitting here, Mr. Recruit, is because Kevin gave us your name and you have a relationship with Kevin. So it's our job as a leadership team to continue to help you foster the relationships that you have with the agents that you give us to go ahead and follow up with, okay? However, when it goes outside of these walls and it's at another market center, that's where I do want you to tell me, hey, I sent over a couple people to the Marlboro office. Great, let me reach out to that leader. I know them. Hey, Spressa, I heard Spressa sent over like 2 people for the Marlboro office. Great job, Sally. Let me know how I could help her. Make sure she gets selected. If a leader to leader knows, hey, I know my agent sent you somebody, let me know when you sign them on. You're gonna have a much easier and you're gonna feel a lot better about, like, I just gave my listing leads away and am I gonna get the listing or are they gonna just take it? And I'm saying this off record for you because I've been here long enough that I know that leadership changes and I've been pretty consistent, like almost 20 years. So I will make the call and I will make sure. And when they get a call from me, it does go a little bit smoother.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
They have to stay in the company, or let's say they decide to leave the company.
No, it's so understand, if they leave the company, there's no company dollar being paid, there's no more profit share. However, I have had that situation when a person leaves the company, if they're not vested, which you'll hear, it bumps up to you. So you still have a nice line, but that person goes out if they're not with the company anymore. If they're vested, you will continue to receive profit share from their line. So let me just keep going. 2 is they pay company dollar. So what is company dollar? Here's what company dollar is. You're an agent that is on a 70-30 split with the company and $10,000 comes into the company as a check from a closing. What is the portion that is considered company dollar? Right, so $3,000. The 30%. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about company dollar. What was the portion that the brokerage took from the check? Because then this is what helps us pay the bills. And then when we have profit, that's what we split. However, to the point of, if you have people that are in your, if you're in an office where it's not very profitable, you could literally have people that all of their money just goes to pay the bills and there's no profit. And that's why we're all in this together as a huge, big family, because if our market centers are all profit, I mean, I have agents in Georgia that are in my downline. So I look to see where is my money coming from in profit share. And those are market centers that I will gladly raise my hand to go teach a class if I need to get certification credits, because I'd be a double-edged sword. I have some people in the room. Okay, so they pay company dollar, which means they're contributing to the company dollar. Who would not be contributing to the company dollar? A capper. Okay, a capper when they cap. Thank you. They're at 100%. So for those months, there's no company dollar. Who else might not? Sasha, who's your sponsor? Nico. Your sponsor is Nico. Nico does not pay company dollar. Nico should not be paying company dollar. You should be paying company dollar, and he should be getting all of your profit share money. Okay. So if he's paying company dollar because he wants to see his name on a check or whatever, we got to stop that, because you're missing out on some profit share that you should be receiving first level, because Nico is Sasha's first level upline. So when Sasha makes money for the company, it goes up. Her first level is her husband, Nico. So if Nico's making money for the company and it's going up, it's not staying in your family tree. And I do believe that you're done properly, but a husband and a wife have somebody on the team that's generally not paying into company dollar.
Is that only in that case?
Always with a husband and wife, you're one cap.
Oh,
Can you say for like a general?
No, but I asked the question is who wouldn't pay company dollar? A husband and wife would not pay company dollar, like one of those would not pay company dollar. Somebody who's capped, they're not contributing company dollar for those months. David?
Sorry, could you repeat again? I think I'm a little bit lost. So if Sasha closes for home and it's 10,000 coming in,
Yep.
3,000 she will pay to the
Company dollar.
And you said that why Nico wouldn't pay? I mean, he didn't close. Are you talking about?
Well, they're together on a contract and who's gonna get the money.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And even if Nico is doing the deals, because they're husband and wife, they probably file, whatever. One of them holds the cap,
Okay.
one of them does not have the
So
cap.
it's only 3,000 top, not 3,000.
Right,
from
right.
her and 2,000 from
Correct,
us. Okay,
correct.
that will get- okay.
Yes, and it would be her because she's on the bottom and you want the profit share to go up. If Nico was like, yeah, you came on and you're under me, but I'm the one that's still making all the checks, well, he just cut himself out of profit share.
Got it.
So you'll see it a little bit more clear. So those are really the two reasons. They're either husband and wife or they are capped, okay? Or it may be a situation where we have some owners that have come over and they have 100% for a year, let's say. So that would be maybe the only other reason is it was a transaction to help them. So for 1 year, they didn't pay company dollar. So those are the only reasons, but normally everybody's paying into the company dollar in some way for some amount of time. The market center is profitable. The way you get to see that is we are an open books company. There are access to some reports that you can see profitability of market centers. But if you are interested, let's say Farhan goes, I have a whole bunch of people that live in the Wildwood area. Well, let's go and look at the profitability of that market center versus the market center in Ocean City. And then let's find out who the leader is down there so that you can have an easy way to refer the people. And then let's make it a nice easy, because it's horrible when you have, hey, I got somebody in for your market center and the leader doesn't call them, right? So I've seen that before and I just want to not to happen. On the 21st of the following month is when we see our profit share. So who in here has received profit share ever? Okay, right, so you've seen it. It doesn't hit the month of February closes out. We're gonna transmit our books in March. And you will see that profit share come in March 21st. So understand it's always the month after. On the 21st is when you see the profit share come as an automated input to your checking account, okay? And automatically deposited, you're not getting a portion of the associate's commission, sharing your owner profits, right? You're not sharing the 70%. You're not sharing the 100% when you're only sharing what has been given to the company. Vesting. Agents that joined before April of 2020, which is somebody like myself, here for a couple of years, more than 2. Our vesting period was 3 years. You were at the company for 3 years, you're vested, to your question. Meaning that if I left to go to Century 21, if I left to just get out of the business, doesn't matter where I am in the line, I would be vested, I would never be removed. I wouldn't be contributing company dollar really anymore, but my line below me would not be taken away from me. I will still receive the profit share forever and ever until that line keeps producing or not. In April 1st, 2020, we made a new rule that it's 7 years. After doing a lot of research, we felt like 3 years is a really short time. And what we found in an evidence-based research is that some of the bigger profit share earners had gone to open up their own companies and were basically using that money to directly recruit away from us.
Can you move the window because it's like half of it's cut off? So I don't know if everybody can see that or put up at the top.
Just tuck Kevin
You might be my- You know what I'm minimizing? The top.
There you go.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's good.
So vesting period, that basically just protects our associates for their downline. The next thing is that you can will your profit share. So the profit share just continues to go on and on, okay? One of our largest lifetime earners, her name is Althea Osborne. She's well into her 80s. She's in Dallas, Texas. She was the first person to help Gary Keller expand out of his first office. Her husband, Bob, is technically the largest lifetime earner. However, Bob has died. So Bob has his profit shares willed to Althea, and Althea is also still receiving Althea. Oh no, she's got the Mama Juana. So yeah, she got it straight out of the DR. Anyway, so you can will your profit share. That's why we ask you for a beneficiary. Okay, there's an awesome story about a few people that have willed their profit share to foundations. There was a gentleman who didn't have family and he willed his profit share to another family. So it's an inheritable asset, your profit share. And something you have access to all the profit share docs right there on that KW, which is what I shared with you. Now, how do I get this to play? This is where I do need that. Lord. Okay, bear with me for a second.
Everybody got it?
Yeah, 'cause I'm not used to this yet. If I come into here, actually, no, you don't need to. How profit share is calculated. This is, how profit share is calculated. The
When
really,
deals close, agent.
really simple video that I encourage you, like if anybody has any questions, you just share it, you watch it.
Who haven't had, take $100
Hold on, Kevin, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear the video?
to the market center.
Okay.
When deals close, agents who haven't passed pay company dollar to the market center. The market center uses that money to pay its bills. What's left over is profit. Every real estate business is a business for profit, and usually the owners keep all of that profit. This practice makes sense. Owners invest in businesses with the hope of seeing a return. At Keller Williams Realty, we do things a little differently. We believe in growing the business together. So we split the profit between the owners who took the risk and the associates who have helped grow the market center. Roughly 52% goes to the owners who took the risk, and roughly 48% goes to the associates who helped grow the market center. So how is it dispersed? We figure out what percentage of the market center's profit is a result of that associate, and we take that percentage of the profit share pool and disperse it through the branches of that associate's profit share tree on a monthly basis. The associate sponsor gets half, the associate sponsor's sponsor gets 10%, and so on until all of it is dispersed through 7 levels of sponsorship. At Keller Williams Realty, we believe the profit will grow exponentially when everybody has the opportunity to share in it. We believe in finding the win-win and in doing the right thing, because together, everyone will achieve more.
Okay, so pretty simple video, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can you send me the video as well? Because I had a couple of agents that had some questions about those.
yeah, just go, I can, absolutely, we can follow up with that, but it's definitely just right on Facebook, YouTube. It's not anything fancy. There is one that's a little bit more complicated, which I don't encourage, but that one's pretty simple. And to the questions about percentages, is that your first level is paying you 50%. And I have some follow-up documents that I can send you as well. But your first one is paying you 50%. The next level is 10%, then 5%, then 5, then 7.5, 10, and 12.5, adding up to 100% of the money going back into the profit share. Now I'm going to give you a live example. Okay. So live example is you have an agent that, let me just see. Okay. You have an agent who does one of those deals, okay? So an agent who sells a $400,000 house, okay, follow me, it's numbers, I know, but $400,000 house, and they sell 2.5% commission, which means they get a $10,000 check, right? $10,000 check comes into KW. This agent is on a 70-30, so 30% of that check we said before is $3,000 that goes towards the company dollar for the month. Okay, so this means that this is agent A, and agent A has a $3,000 towards the big pot. Now, when we go to Patrick, what was the company dollar for the month? Patrick is always going to tell us. Last month we had one of the largest Januaries. It was 216,000 was our company dollar. So I'm just going to go for numbers' sake. Let's just say our company dollar is 200,000. Okay. If we know what our monthly company dollar is, then what we have to figure out, and Patrick, what were the expenses, Patrick? So what was the profit share that we shared out, Patrick? So let's just say our expenses, just for numbers sake, was 100,000. And we were able to profit 100,000. Here's how it's gonna work. Okay, so follow me on that, is that we had company dollar for the month of 200,000. Our expenses that we had for the month are 100,000, which left us with 100,000 of profit, right? In any other company, that profit is going to be owner profit. In this company, we share the profit out with our associates. So before we get to this part of, well, how much money is my profit share? First, we have to understand what is the profit share pool out of the 100,000, because the 100,000 is not going to be all profit share. So when we take $100,000 of profit, what happens is for the first $11,240 of profit, there's just some math to it, that about 4,000 gets shared with the pool and about 7,000 gets kept with the owners. This becomes profit share. Everything after $11,240 is shared 50-50. So when they said inside of that video, it's a 48-52%, that is just a general number after they've calculated year over year. However, there is always, and I'd like for you all to really know, there's always a $4,000 spread every single month if we're going over 11,000 in profit, which this market center definitely goes over 11,000 in profit. So what I would say is, if we have $100,000, let's just say it's 50,000 and 50,000. Really, if you do the $4,000 swing, it's 52.48. Okay, so the profit share shares $48,000, while the owners walk away with $52,000. Now, what you need to identify, and the system does it for you, is, well, if this office is sharing 48,000, and my guy or girl, my agent A, who's in my first level line, she closes on a deal that's bringing 3,000. Here's what happens. Agent A contributed $3,000 of the $200,000 that came in, right? So what percentage is that? That is 1.5%. So agent A brought in a 1.5% of the money that came in for the month so that we could pay the bills and all that. So when we take the 1.5% of what they brought in and we apply it to the pool, right? The profit share pool for the month. Somebody do that number for me, 48,000 times 1.5.
72.
700, what?
73.
$720. Okay, so somebody 1.5 times 48
Is that correct?
should be $720, okay? So $720 is what would be distributed to agent A's upline. And the way the upline goes is it goes down, right? I know it's a little confusing. So that 100% of that money goes back in, 100% of the $720 goes back into the upline that helped get agent A here. Agent A, 720 divided by that is $360 is what agent A is gonna essentially give up to the upline, the first level upline. Now in Nico and Sasha's situation, if Sasha is agent A and Nico is agent 1, the only way it works is if Sasha's collecting the company dollar. Understand, if Nico collects the company dollar, it's going out to his next level.
Yeah.
That's why you want to stack it the way they have it stacked. So the 360 is here, then you go 10% is $72, then this is 36, 7, and it goes back up all the way to all $720 went to the 7 levels of how we got agent A here. Agent A's sponsor, their sponsor, their sponsor, and it keeps going back. So essentially, you probably have somebody in your upline who, did you come from the Elliott family? Are you in the Elliott family downline? Like, did you come in the initial group, right? Bruce, who's your sponsor?
No, it was another age. Almost everybody's under the Elliott.
Well, I mean, that's, no, honestly, because when Bruce, you're not, totally different line.
I'm different company from
Okay,
We want to
So
put a
just
line
sponsor.
for different company, we joined.
okay,
Us.
okay. All
I
right,
like I
so,
sponsor, I made him a sponsor.
yes, so you're not
But I
agreeing
left
to,
the company, but it's with a different company.
so you want to
So we're
both,
under Ilya.
huh? You are,
Yeah, because we given them Eddie, who's under Ilya.
right,
We're under them, yeah.
okay, so you have that family
Yeah.
tree, okay, there's a
But I
big,
have 3 agents that I brought here.
they're under you.
So it should be.
So you're over here, and when they produce, you're gonna receive. But it's upline, downline, and let me just keep going for a second. What questions might I have on Zoom right now that maybe they're not asking? Go ahead and let me know. Go ahead.
So it's not only the ones we break, but wherever they break, also it's gonna be under our.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think,
So I can keep track of that.
in the reports, it absolutely, everybody that comes into your line, if you're in this room, I encourage you, sign on to my KW. I'll show it to you. I'll show you right where you can find it. And I'll get onto mine as well. However, you have the ability to, if this is you, you can build as many wide as you want. You have to be smart about it though, because like my best friend, her and I, we know a lot of people together. So I actually brought Dana. Well, if it's somebody that the two of us know, I'm strategic to say, go ahead and put Dana. Because if I go and I put her here, it's not attached to Dana. Dana has no interest in helping that person succeed like she would have if we put them all in the downline. And we just make it smart. I say, okay, and now we have a guy named Joe, that Joe is out there working with a lot of young new agents. But if there's somebody even in my own personal sphere, I may actually say, you know what, put Joe. Because Joe will receive profit share, Dana will receive profit share, I will receive profit share. And then we have a big family tree where everybody's getting a little something and we're all invested in
So you're
making,
saying it's better to put, let's say, if we're doing 7 of us, bring in 4 or 5.
and let them, and let them, and let them. And I'm gonna tell you, that is where, when you talk about making $1 million in profit share, most family trees have 15 to 40 people in the first level. Okay, when you build out that family tree, the first level, 15 to 40 people, not 1 million. And from this level 2, 3, 4, 5, you may have 5 to 10,000 people in your downline. The largest family trees that I've seen, like Linda McKissick, are one of our top profit share earners. She has about almost 10,000 people in her downline now. She only has 30 people in her first level. And those 30 people are influencers. Those 30 people include people like Adele DeMoro down in Monmouth County, which is running like Al up here. When we look at like Al Donahue's sponsor is Sue Adler. Is anybody familiar with Sue Adler in the Summit Market? Okay, so Sue Adler does probably 300 million right now. I think they did 300 million last year. But Sue brought Al. So when Sue, I mean, I'm pretty sure I have her operations guy, Scott, coming here to do a class on operations, because you know what? It would benefit her that everybody that falls into the downlines would do better so that she'll receive more profit share. It's a great investment of time into people that she doesn't even know that also will affect her profitability. Okay, so growth share is something different because they only calculate it on its revenue sharing. So you are getting a piece of what is coming in, because not saying that it's too complicated to understand, it's just that so many countries have different ways that they run their businesses and books and stuff. So we only calculate on their revenue sharing.
Sorry, can you just backtrack it real quick before we get too far into growth share? So that 200K was the initial profit, right? And then
No, the 200K was the initial company dollar for
company
the
dollar,
month.
and then 100K was the profit.
100K was the profit that got divided into the profit share pool of 48,000. The 48,000 is what we took the percentage of the pot that your first level recruit brought,
Okay, so the 1.5% is the 3,000, right?
is the 3,000 of the initial company dollar for the
Initial
month.
Company dollar, and then what happens with that is the 360 you got was half of the 720, right?
Yeah, because it was 50% was the first line.
First line, okay.
Second line is 10%, and you go $72.
Oh, okay.
You go $72. Is that really gonna rock my world? Well,
Yeah, that's-
$72 times 10 people,
That
700.
pays, that's dinner.
Yeah, hi Bruce.
I'll take it.
For the effort
Oh,
you were
it's-
making.
$72 turns into $720 in a
Yeah.
couple of years from that one person in that 1 month. And I don't know about you, but like, I don't know, I'm not gonna say no to $72.
I'm not.
Right, okay.
I'll take it now.
And when we start looking at what kind of money would you have to have in the bank to see even $1,000 come to you passively a month, right? A lot of money. And so some of us don't have that money sitting there working for us. So this is, how do I get some kind of investment going without having to have money? Well, if you have good people and you got a great market center, you're good. David?
Yes, there are 7 levels, right?
Yeah.
I have 3 questions. and
There are
then
7
three-
levels. Is that the end of the question?
Yes.
Okay. 7 levels, yes. Okay, why profit share? Because we truly believe together everyone achieves more and how profit share is a win-win. So now. We go down to this one. No financial risk, no legal risk, no down payment, no accounting, and no tracking, because we do it for you. Okay, so this is on how do you build it, but let's go back to just making sure you understand how it works. We understand that the money comes from where? Where is the, what money are we sharing? The profits, okay, thank you. Are we sharing from the agent's commission portion?
No.
No, the agent's getting a portion. If they make 100% in their check, are we sharing any of it?
Let's say they cap.
That,
Let's say
that,
they cap.
they cap, right? So the answer
We're
is,
good.
nope, we're getting nothing from that agent.
Get nothing if my agent ever approved, let's say, that if they cap us.
Once they cap, number one is, once they've
So
capped,
anything?
once they've capped, you're not getting anything for the months that they are capped, because they're paying $0 into the pot.
Okay.
But that's their first level. Now, what happens when they, because listen, me, I don't pay anything anymore. I don't really sell. My sponsor bought a freaking shore house on her downline. And she has 2 people in her downline, me and her husband. That is it. So when she looks at my portion of the downline, Gina Capola, her name is, and when she looks at the portion of the downline from me, it's huge. And even so, okay. Gina, me, and I got a guy named John. John doesn't pay a cap anymore either, because John has a team of 25 people, and John basically, his cap is paid for by his people. I don't pay a cap either, because I don't sell. So Gina is not getting anything from my first level. She's not getting anything from John's second level, but her biggest moneymaker is John's first level, which is his third level. And for me, I look at those agents and I'm like, they're all out there running everywhere crazy. Now, there is a report that you get. This is why I know this. Every single month, if you make profit share, there's a report. It looks like a typewriter wrote it up. And it will show you every single person that you got $1 from, what market center they're in, what their email is, and what was the indicator number. And we'll talk into future months about indicator number, because that's how we see if it's a really good market center profit wise. Some of these market centers, there's a market center in Georgia right now that basically, if they brought in 200,000 in company dollar, they're sharing out about 192,000 back out because of their ancillary businesses that come in against their money. So that is a very high profit share calculating number factor. That would be a great market center to put people in. If you had to choose one of the Georgia offices and there's 5 to choose from, I'd go, okay, pick this one. I'm going to connect you with that leader, because your money is going to be worth more in that market center.
Why? Because they're ancillary businesses?
Because their profit
More
line is
profit?
bigger, because they're building more profit off of the company dollar. There's a factor that there, but yes, when you, now, I will tell you, if you have a company that is all ancillary, and I'll be able to see that too in other income, if it's all ancillary and it's not bringing in deals, that is not a good market center, because guess what? The deals are what's building the ancillary. So the minute you start seeing the deals slow down, the ancillary is going to follow and the profitability will go away. And the minute one good loan officer pulls out of a MSA agreement, all that profit is gone. Okay, so those are things, and I know some of this might even be a little high-minded conversation about money, but these are things that you look at when you're looking at profit share and you're looking at building a downline, you're looking at building a business period. What are the factors that are going to affect the money, and how do I get the best odds?
Do you go over what's gonna affect the money, or that's a?
No, it's a totally different thing. That's a financial conversation. It's a financial committee conversation. What affects the money is how many prints are we printing? How much are we really using this, and that? Is this
It's the expenses.
all the expenses, the people, are they really, creating company dollar? Okay, so anyway, I just want to inspire you that as far as the percentages and whatnot, I love the numbers. If you wanted to sit and talk this, I can talk it all day. It's not for everybody, and some people just get lost in it, but I know exactly how the money works, which is why it's really a $3,996 difference every single month. It's not the 5248, I get annoyed. Okay, so money in, we spend money, we have profit, we share half of it. How do you get a piece of it? You bring people into the company that are producing towards that company dollar for the month that we're profitable. To one of your points is that I had another girl in my downline that this girl would literally pay the office. Like we first started up the Jackson office. She was just like, I killed it. I capped in 2 months. And I'm like, great. You just paid for all the bills. And I saw no profit share from her forever because that market center was just barely making it. And she was literally paying the bills in that market center.
I know that there were actually with the previous leader, like the deals are with our agents. So
Yeah.
these are like, for the events. So this is the way we
Yeah,
do the deals, we get to know the agents well.
yeah,
And especially if they're half campers or like campers, they suggest us more to recruit them.
sure.
So if we don't get anything, let's say if they're camper, where you're saying we're not getting anything.
No, if they're a capper, you're gonna get the max. But the minute that they make 100%, you're not gonna get anything for a couple months. Who's capped in here before? Hey, Sasha, how many months are you usually not paying into the company dollar?
We
2,
kept it
3?
5 months.
Oh, so Okay, so
We're
let's,
not paying to the company
what is
dollar
that,
for
7?
everything.
7.
Yeah.
So they,
So if they cap, we don't pay for $20, but if we cap ourselves, so it means what?
nothing to do with your own production. You could never sell. You could never sell again. I don't sell. So it's just whoever I bring in, are they producing company dollar for the owners that they're in? And are those owners profitable? To your point though, is let's say Sasha was in my first level downline and it's just her and she's a capper and she caps in 5 months. Well, those months while she's paying in, depending on what season of the year it is, I'm going to receive profit share from her. But the minute that she caps out and there's no more company dollar, I am going to lose that bit of income for the next 7 months.
Yeah.
Until she starts paying in again.
Yeah.
But because of the way we run our offices, there's a thing called cap management, which is what a leader is to pay attention to make sure that the money is staggered. You know what, if I realize that everybody starts paying their company dollar in February, by the time I get to November, nobody's paying any money. They're all capped out. That we have a problem. I have to plug a hole. I have to have people start up their company dollar in October, November, December to fill that hole because I need more company dollar coming in because I know some of my heavy hitters are not paying because they earn the right to not pay. That's a good problem. I will do the calculation for this office, but to this conversation, there is actually an amount. And I think that this office brings probably about 4,000 to 5,000 per capper. So if you and Nico looked at just your downline for the year and you saw how much money came in just from Sasha to Nico, it's probably going to be about $4,000 to $5,000. So a capper is worth about 4,000 to 5,000 in your downline. For me, I don't care if they do it in 3-4 months or if they do it across 12 months. That's what I'm going to wind up getting from them, spread out however months it's going to take them. If we're deseasonalized, if the market center is a consistent profit, if it has those ups and downs, well, man, I hope that you're in my downline in the months that we're profiting. Otherwise, you're my Ellen in Jackson that wasn't paying me a profit share. There's a couple factors going into this, Debbie.
For growth share, then the difference is that as long as there is money coming in, you will be getting a portion of
Yes.
that. Which is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's the change that Gary Keller did. Started as revenue sharing
Yes.
or growth share,
Yes.
and then shifted to profit
Gaga.
to incentivize people to go after more homes and recruit more people.
Yeah.
So the more profit it gets into the company, it has nothing to do with growth. It
Sure.
has to do with the profit that you get,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Which
Revenue,
incentivize
revenue,
people-
income, sales.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which incentivize that when you cap, you don't get more money, but you can recruit more people,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Which is
Yes. And some of the countries don't have a cap because some of the countries like Dubai. Here's how it works in Dubai. You work for me, you get 30, I get 70. So coming into Dubai, us saying you get 70, we get 30, it does not work. If he's gonna sit in an office, I need 100 square feet per licensed associate. Could you imagine if we had 100 square feet per licensed associate here, we would probably have to take 17 floors. I mean, I don't even know. But in Dubai, that's how it's set up. So you better be profitable. It's more of a commercial broker relationship. You better be profitable sitting in that 100 square feet. And oh, by the way, that's why you're only getting 30%. We get 670 because we got to pay for all of this so that you could work here. So we don't get, there's been lots of things we've looked into, and each country is so different.
Do you have a script to go? to
Okay.
an agent?
So here's where we are. How to grow a tree.
Okay,
You have a sponsor. We talked about that. Everybody has a sponsor. Your sponsor has a sponsor. Okay, so that's your upline. I pay real attention to my upline because my upline is this. Dana is my best friend. So as she was presenting this last, she has a sponsor. Her name is Marybeth. Me. My sponsor is Gina. Gina is Adele. Adele is her husband, Richard. Why? Because Adele was the producer. Richard is not a producer. He's not even a licensed agent. But Adele would make business and Richard would get the first level. Richard chose Linda McKissick. Linda and Jimmy McKissick are our top profit share earners. Anybody want to guess how much money they made last year?
I'm gonna show up.
In just profit share. What?
600,000.
So that was about 10 years ago. Last year, they made about 1.4 million.
I need to go to this.
The year before, they're coming too. You don't think I'm on their radar? They're always like, Marybeth, what you building now? Right? What am I building now? I'm in Fort Lee. You're gonna help me come build, right? So they have an awesome story. But Linda and Jimmy, and I just saw Jimmy at lunch. I said, Jimmy, who the hell is who's your upline? I'm finishing something. Her name is Carol. Carol Dowd. So Carol is like one of my godmothers. Jimmy and Linda, Adele, these people, if I said, hey, I need help growing my downline, I am still affecting them in their profit share. So they, of course, are paying attention to what is Marybeth doing now. If I go and open an office and I become Bruce Elia and have an amazing family tree and profit share, is it not going to benefit all of these people? 100%, because they're going to be my first level, second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level. Carol's my sixth level, and whoever the hell brought Carol in is my seventh level. So
How do I know my line?
you got to get under mykw.kw.com. So I'll show you that in a second. Now, you build your tree. You have sponsors, but they name you. They have people and they name them and they named you. This is how your tree keeps growing. Is it too late to build a large tree? Opportunities right now. So here's what I'm going to ask you. Those of you that are sitting here, those of you sitting at your desk, AKA Kevin, Oscar, I want you to write down just at least one name that you think of that I should be calling for you.
What was that?
One name of an agent that is out there in another company that you feel that, hey, you know what?
I have a ton of them.
I want you to write it down right now. I want you to write it down right now. I want you to text it to me right now. I want you to write it or text it, write it or text it. And every single week you should be looking at like, hey, what agent did I run into that I really just like the way they behave themselves?
Yeah, because like my question to you was like, I can't get people to come. I don't know how to ask them to do it.
Okay, we're gonna have more classes on this, but this is just the first one.
So you got me?
All I'm asking you to do is identify the who. Identify people that you feel are a fit for us too. It is not everybody. Somebody who's learning based, somebody who wants to talk about their business openly, to share ideas, to grow together. I want you to all be thinking, if I said Marybeth 1 a week, 52 a year, I promise you, you're gonna get at least 10.
So if I send you 10 people, right, you're gonna.
Now, here's what I want you to know. You may send me the same 10 people that David sends me, that Bruce sent me, because you all are in the same market.
Okay.
This is a family game, okay? We don't get mad. We don't get mad. You go get another one. You go get it even, okay? You go steal one of theirs. But you don't get mad if somebody comes to the market center and you're like, who they put? Oh my God, they put Sasha. I gave you that name. I don't want to hear that. I want to say, you know what?
Once they join
Awesome for them.
family, that's all that really matters.
That's all that matters, because you want to know why? When the pond gets bigger, when the money gets bigger and the portion, you get more, okay? Would it be great if they were in your downline and they chose you? Yes. Here's what I would tell you. If you get into a situation like that where you're like, ouch, that hurt my feelings. They didn't choose me. They choose somebody else. 14 years of this, I've had many of those conversations. I say, We need to be happy that they chose us. Number one. Number two, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, where did you drop the ball on your follow-up? And where is your relationship with that agent? Because maybe you really don't have one. And how about come from curiosity? They were in Vinny's wedding. They're Sasha's sister, and you didn't even know, right? Okay, so she's from Trinidad, so they could be like, hey, they have red hair, exactly. But I'm saying that, and I will constantly say that, you know what? Kevin's over there in Hasbrook Heights. We have some Rutherford family that might have similar relationships. And we have Kevin and Rob. Now, Kevin and Rob are working together. Maybe Kevin knows somebody that Rob doesn't know. How do we?
I'm just saying it too.
We're just happy that they're joining the family and just be trustworthy that I will always have the right conversations with them. And our leadership team will always have the right conversations with them before they sign that sponsorship agreement. Okay, I've seen it messed up too many times. So send me your names. What would Profit Chair do for you and your family? Okay, we'll go into that at a different time. I want you to think about big whys, but this is what you need to do. Allison, relate, refer. I do the recruiting.
Okay.
You relate to them, you refer them. That's it. Pinal just said to me, I'm giving you the name of somebody. I'm gonna call him right now. I'm not gonna talk to him about why he should come here or anything about what he could possibly get as far as his agreement with us. I'm just gonna tell him, she's gonna call you. Please take her call. That's it. I thought highly enough of you to give her your information because you're a great person. Would you please take her call? You know, we're doing a class and I'd love to invite you. I'm gonna ask my team leader to give you a call so that we reserve your seat. Could you please take her call?
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, hey, I'm gonna give her your number.
Why are you giving her my number?
Why am I giving her your number?
Why are you giving Marybeth my number?
Because she's amazing and she's going to change your life.
No, because you're amazing.
Because you're amazing.
And she's giving
Why do
you-
I want to get on the phone with Marybeth? Because you're amazing, okay? You're amazing and you owe it to yourself to have a conversation about your business. She's just gonna have a conversation about your business, not about Keller Williams. She's just gonna have a consultation.
She's amazing.
Yeah, that recruit, that girl out there. You're amazing.
And I want you to be a part of my
Everybody's
family
amazing.
at KW.
Or maybe they're not amazing. Maybe it's like, you know what? I really see a lot of potential in you. Potential is another word.
And we can help
I
you
see
get-
so much potential in you. Maybe this agent did not know what the hell they were doing.
I'm going out today. I'm gonna hunt them.
And
down.
how about you, Allison? You know what? We have a coach in here that has changed my life. And it pains me to see you struggle over there. Or can you just have a conversation with Marybeth and she's gonna introduce you to my coach, Beth? It pains me to watch you fail. I have the solution for you. Will you just take a conversation? Oh, I'm too busy. I'm too busy. You don't think she's busy? You don't think we're busy? We are busy. We care enough about you. I would love for you just take the call.
Take the call.
And if they say, no, then just still tell me the name and
Just
number.
take the call,
And I go after
right?
them.
So
Yeah.
you're cool with that?
Yeah.
I just wanna see what you're-
So
I mean-
but that's for somebody who's already an agent who knows the business, right?
Yeah, listen, if they're a new agent, this room is gonna literally overnight turn into the real estate office. This is a real estate school that we're standing in right now. So as far as new agents, this is a real estate school. We will have a flood of people that are gonna come through. We're gonna make it very easy for you to refer new agents. We're also gonna make it easy for you to refer experienced agents. So I'm creating a Google form and there'll be something in my signature as well that you can just click on it and it turns into a Google form. And you just give me the information, what kind of status they are, and it's gonna come into a file that Kat and I are both gonna be working and you will get communication. So it'll be very easy for you guys to just go ahead and refer. If it's a brand new agent, it's going to be referred and Beck will have a hand on it and our school is gonna have a hand on it. So it's gonna be easy for you to refer new agents. However, new agents are always great because we can home grow them. I'm a homegrown capper. I'm a homegrown leader. 18 years, didn't start with any other company. So I love new agents. And the fastest way we get to our market share numbers, because I'm not so concerned about our profit numbers. I'm not so concerned about our agent count. It's not about, we got to get to this, we got to get to that. I want us to be number one in Fort Lee. There's no reason why we shouldn't be number one in Fort Lee. At this point, number one in Hasbrook Heights, number one in Richfield Park. Wherever we plant a flag, we should be number one. So it's a problem for me that we're not number one in Fort Lee yet. So how do we do it? We identify some market share agents that are out there that we like working with, and we invite them to come work with us. And that's the strength of recruiting a Ridgefield Park location with agents already, is that we get all the market share, not one by one. You get 5 agents, 10 agents. But it's not, it's about changing people's lives. It's not about bodies anymore, guys. It's not about that. It's about, are they the right fit for us? Are they gonna add to us? Are we gonna be able to add to them? Because I believe if we're not making each other's lives better, then we need to assess, is this the right place for us?
The conversation is gonna be different with a higher level agent though, right? So how do you recruit? Like
So a higher level agent, what's the volume?
Let's say like 25, 30 million, like, you know. Like
25, 30 million?
I got an agent. that I'm
What's
gonna recruit.
next? What's next for you?
Uh,
What's next for you? 25 million? I've arrived. Great. What's next for you? I mean, at 10 million, it's I've arrived. Like, huh.
Yeah.
No,
You
but
got
it's
that
just,
kind of ego, right? So it's like.
you just say, look, you know what? I love to connect. This girl, she has brought over, I was coaching with a $200 million team. I brought over $60 million like in my sleep, okay? That have then turned to $100 million agents because of the systems and models that we have here to just let their buyer agents plug in and admin, help them hire. We have a CV process, which is career visioning. We help agents create an organizational chart. I mean, you guys haven't seen that yet from me, but that is what I enjoy doing. So you have a $25 million producer, you'd be dumb if you don't at least have a conversation with her. Like, this would be the conversation. You're a business person, right? Clearly you are. Well, what's your plan B? Oh, you don't have one? Oh, we'll talk to her. Or I just want to introduce you to her because she should know you like you should know her. She's running a huge office. You're a huge producer, 25 million. You're huge, right?
Yeah, no, sure. Yeah.
Now, I will tell you, there's gonna be different things you'd invite each level to. So we're gonna have some rainmaker masterminds. That would be something that, like, listen, if you don't mind being seen with other rainmakers, but I'll get you in the room with Pharaoh, Zohar Zamir, Stacy Esser. I mean, you know these names, right? Would you like to be in that room? Oh, I could get you an exclusive invite. Let me have her give you a call. I mean, they can only say no so many times until something drops in their office that they're like, you know what, let me talk to that girl.
If they, a lot of people say like, oh, 40 is too far. Okay.
No
go-
problem.
No problem. Go talk to Marybeth, and I'm gonna assume that she can go to any other office, right?
Yeah. Or we hook them up with the right leader.
Right.
I mean, we're all sister offices, and that is how I treat it. If somebody's right for Ridgewood, I'll call Amina and say, Amina, get on Zoom with me.
And Amina's amazing.
And Amina's her cousin from Trinidad.
Yep,
There you go.
that's what I said before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's Rutherford, Josue is like my little brother, and he's
Yep.
freaking amazing, and he's a John Maxwell coach. So he would say, I would say, yo, bro, get on the phone. I want to introduce you to somebody. Allison just gave me a name, and I think it's perfect for your market center.
And what about New York? New York agents?
New York agents, New York City, Lauren, where you want to go? I mean, you tell me
Okay.
where we get the,
Okay,
Joe Haskell, Staten Island.
okay,
We want to go up to Stony Point, Anna Gibbs.
okay, talk to Marybeth.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to Marybeth, see which is the right market center for you, connect you with the right leader, and hey, if it's right for you, it's right for you. If it's not, it's not.
You think all those other offices run it like it's run down here? It's all the same.
The ones I
anyway.
just mentioned, yes. So there are people that I would say no, and I would be concerned, but I'm not worried about those people. And I'm worried about here. You know what? You have an impact here. You're running around showing houses, opening doors, going to open houses. Let's start right here because this market center right here is what I'm focused on. All right, so let's just see here, relate nearly to anyone, other agents you do deals with, your past clients. Where could you find people to build relationships with? Right? We talked about a few of that, and broker open houses, young professional network. Wherever you go, they go. Be mindful of it, collect a card. Start with the conversation, set up time to meet, look for opportunities to help, refer them to the team leader. A real compliment. Every agent likes a real compliment. You really handled that conversation well. You know, I love watching you show your buyers through this open house. You're really a professional. Just a quick compliment. Oh, I love your hat. I love your outfit. Okay. Set up a time to meet, keep up the relationship first and foremost in your mind to create welcome opportunity. I will tell you, we'll do a whole other class on all the value drops that you can give them, okay? Because you should be creating an 8x8 with agents. If you meet an agent, you should have them on a separate list in your database. You should be communicating with them in a systematic way to invite them to come over here and explore with us. We're gonna have a social on the calendar like every other month. That is the easiest thing you should be inviting them to. We have a team meeting every single month. If they're a business person, invite them to the team meeting. We have a mastermind every single month. Invite them to the appropriate masterminds, the all-level masterminds. If they're a top agent, invite them to the top agent mastermind. Talk to me first. Call the people you listed, compliment them, write down what happens. This is lead generation. This is creating another, you want to go after listings, you want to go after agents, it's the same thing. You put a different hat on. Look for the opportunities to help, okay? Getting to know them, we have so many remedies. Number one is we have this book right here. So if anybody does not have one, our cases came in, I want you to have one. If you do not have one, Hasbro Heights, I believe you got your cases. Give me a thumbs up, right? Cases of books. Yep, so these books are super amazing to say, I have a gift for you. Could we meet at Starbucks or would you like to come to the office? We have an espresso machine.
No, we don't.
Yes,
We got-
we
we
do. In
just
my
got
team
one?
leader's office.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we got the
okay. I was
fancy
like,
one.
where's the
I
The
forgot.
fancy one is where the book is in my team leader's office. This is an amazing book to say to people, look, I'd love to give this book, but I'd be doing you a disservice if I just gave it to you. She does like a 30-minute consult to show you how to use the book, and that's what I'm inviting you to. Come for a coffee and you're gonna get your book. There's another book called Shift, 12 Tactics to Get Through Tough Times. We just got a case of that in. So did Hasbro Heights. So if you have that, that might be the remedy. Which book would you like? This is about our models. This is about tough times and getting through them. Oh, both. Okay, well, why don't you come up, pick one now, and then I meet with them and I have something to talk to them about. Okay, so we have a lot more work to do on this. I just thought this was a good intro, come from contribution. Brand X agents to class, give away a coaching call with your team leader, insights from your team leader. So sometimes it's something I might have sent out, an invitation to the monthly team meeting, GPS worksheet. Some people don't have a 135, but how do you organize your life? A 411, a blank one, even if you don't know how to fill it out, they'll be like, what the heck is this? Oh, this is how we organize our weeks. The one thing guide, you can go on kellerinc.com and there's amazing links. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, the investor book, the shift book. Here's the script. I love doing transactions with you. You are awesome. I told my team leader just the other day how great you are. She'll be calling you to thank you for the way you do business. We promise to take her call. Okay, hold on. I gotta take a picture. I'll get back to it in a second. Here's one thing I do want to focus on, what not to say, and we gotta finish up. People made a choice when they chose the real estate company that they're at right now. You're not to put down their choice. Understand that you are when you're talking badly about another company. It's not making you look good. What you need to worry about is you need to say, hey, here's what we do offer here. Here's what I've experienced here. Here's what I've seen others experience here. Okay. You're part of the brand, but you're the brand. KW stands behind you, not in front of you. Those are the things I expect you to say, but I don't expect you to say this. Oh my God, you're a biker? Why? And it happens all the time. I did it by accident.
Why would KW?
No, right. So how does that feel when somebody says that, right? You're like, why?
No, I don't have to justify anything.
Right, no, but you're like, you don't even want to connect with that person.
True.
Even if they were smart and intelligent, they just insulted you.
Mm.
So right away, now you're on the defense.
I recruited that way, so.
It's a better way to do it. Okay. What would passive income look for you and your family? How many people do you want in your first level? What activities will you need to engage in regularly? What activities will you engage in today? And how will you stay on track? Okay, so I just want to show you before I get out of here, the My KW. And when you go to your mykw.kw.com and you use your user okay. This is I know 100% Hasbro Heights. Like, I can't get to 100%. I don't even know anymore. All right, so you click on that little thing, it says reports. And then under reports, there is profit share and growth share. So when you click on these green buttons, it will add them into the favorites. Okay? So I just don't like looking for the same report over and over again, so I just add them into the favorites. And because I'm a leader in a million offices, it's probably gonna be. An example, sorry guys. So where is M? See M. You won't have all of this, believe me, it's only me. Where?
146, a little, oh, you're going for your name, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, right there.
okay. So this is what a seasoned profit share report would look like. So there's 26 people in my downline. 12 months ago, there was 31. 12 months ago, I had 529.
People in your down.
Yeah, and now I have 586. And as you can see, where is the growth? So second level.
Sorry.
Well, look, this is gonna show you from 2008 until now. But I was not recruiting for myself. Understand, as a team leader, you don't recruit. This is from the first 4 years of me doing sales. I brought in some really great people because I was that person like you out there doing broker open houses and being nice with agents, leading a committee, sitting on the board, and people go, man, you're a great leader. Who should I talk to? And I'd go, oh, talk to my team leader. And so those relationships were built as me as an agent. When I became a team leader for the last 14 years, I have done minimal recruiting to my personal downline. Dana, my best friend, has been out there as an agent for a lot more years than I was. So she started to really build her downline. And so when I look here, 26 in my first, 134, 184, 115, we're seeing growth compared to 12 months ago in my lower levels. In the belly of the roster. I didn't have 7 until just 2 years ago. So now when I see over here, year to date, in January was a low month, 2,000. But now take a look at the whole entire lifetime. So the lifetime is showing you that in 2008, I made $2,900 for the year. In 2009, 25, it went backwards because of the dip in the market. Then it went up to 5,000, 5,700 for the year. Then 12,000 for the year, 12,000, 15,000, 33,000. And as we keep going, 469,000 is what my family has received in the lifetime of me being at Keller Williams. I urge you to put this money into a separate account. I did not do that. However, I started to do that when I bought my house this year. In 2015, I bought the Boyd house, the women's home. And from that point forward, I put the money in a separate account. That money operates my Boyd house, the women's home. I almost moved to Africa because I had that money coming in. And yet I really realized that I could do a lot more being here, sending the money back to
And I
Africa.
think what you're doing is amazing. What you did is amazing with that. The house.
So now here, it's only grown 44,000, 56,000, and it started to go up almost 70,000. And then we had a pandemic and it went down to 38,000. But even in the pandemic, I still had $38,000 coming to me that year. And now it grew again. It went back up this year, 45,000. And I am believing that it will go beyond where it was even over here in this year. Now, when we take a look at the month over month, we can start to see the seasonality of my cappers. To Stress's point is November. November was a month that I was really low for a while because my capper was paying off the bills. Once the market center started profiting, that's when I noticed November looked a little different because her money was coming in November and I started receiving some big profits. So now this is my largest year. August of 2019 was almost $10,000 in that month. I almost fell over. I thought it was a mistake. It felt like it was a double entry. It was $9,100. I was like, what? Oh my God, I think it's a mistake. I think they double hit me. No. So anyway, I say this just to encourage you all. Then what happens is one more thing I want to show you on this is right here. You can click on this view my 7-level downline. And this report is going to generate the people in my downline, which is cool to watch grow because this report itself. So when it says 1, that means she's in my first level. When it says 2, they're in my second level, but understand. That's a funny story, that one right there. Okay. Belinda is, I believe, in Georgia. And I don't know her. You know, I think Egypt Sherrod is on here too. Yeah, you know, Egypt Sherrod from the Property Virgin from HGTV. She was best friends with Amber. So she's down in Smyrna Vining's office. And she has a team that is also selling. Okay, so here's her second level, first level and her second level. Right, so you can see these people where they are. I have no idea where these people are, but these are all my downline. Antoinette Risk. This not the first 3 digits is what market center they're at. So we are 1022, 915 is the Jackson office. Carol Beck, she's in the East Monmouth office. Cindy Valentine, she's in the Ridgewood office. So
Do you ever reach out to them to kind of just say, hey?
so this year I actually,
help me?
and we'll stop with this, but this year I actually, I had one of my assistants take those reports. So every month you'll get a report to show you who you profit shared with, or you could take that report and just add everybody.
Yeah.
And so he created a tag in my command that is Marybeth's downline. So now monthly we are sending something out. Because wouldn't it be great if my downline recruited more? Wouldn't it be great if my downline did more? Shouldn't I be of value to my downline? At some point I'll retire out of, you know, being an active person inside of a market center. And what should I do? I probably should just pour into my downline so they keep living on forever. So the legacy is able to be passed on to my kids and their kids and whatnot.
It's crazy.
Which
Right.
is why you're saying that you should reach out to the ones that are.
Right, like Linda and Jimmy McKissick want to know what Marybeth's building
Yeah.
because they're like, keep it going for my grandkids.
So one last question, and this is.
Yeah.
Amazing. This is the first time I learned about.
I know, that's why
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, guys,
Thank
we
you.
went over, I'm
Great.
very sorry, I'm also technology
So
challenged.
quick question.
Cat,
Who isn't?
So if I recall correctly, you recruited on the first line.
Yep.
26
26 right now,
people. So those are the people that you reached out.
they're my
directly.
first,
That's it. And the rest, they were down the.
yeah,
field.
I do,
With
yeah.
25 people, you got almost $500,000.
Yeah.
12, 14 years later, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Just wanted to introduce you very quickly to Angie. She's taking a look at the office.
Hi, Angie.
Nice to meet you.
They're gonna wave, Kevin wave, give a wave, he's gonna have a nice, hey. Okay. All right, guys, those of you on Zoom, we're gonna end this now. I know it was like all over the place, lots of information. I hope, do you have any questions that you wanna ask me?
No, I think I have.
No? All right, I'm gonna send out some follow-up documents as well as that PowerPoint. That wasn't a clap for me, that was a clap for the bell.
Who was that?
Somebody just closed.
Somebody
They
just
rang
had
the
to
bell.
close it. Awesome job. Oh, Glenn, I think Glenn.
No, Glenn didn't know.
Scott,
Scott.
Oh, wait, then.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna end the Zoom right now, and we're gonna have profit share on this calendar every single month, so this conversation is gonna continue. Once
Okay.
again, if you're on Zoom and you wanna send me those names,
Yeah, yeah,
please
yeah.
do.
Ready.
Thank you, Deb Dash.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Kevin.